China's reopening is happening under the watchful eye of big data and perhaps Big Brother. Local governments tracking the movements of hundreds of millions. We noticed the start of this effort back in mid-February, arriving in Shanghai from Beijing. Each arriving passenger required to write down health and travel history and register for your personal QR or barcode.
Have you been traveling away from China for the past couple of days? No.
A few weeks later, and Shanghai had rolled out its QR codes citywide. Walking into a restaurant, hotel, shopping mall, you're expected to show it. Here in Shanghai, shop owners and hotel managers have told us a green means you're clear to go in. Yellow or red suggests you've been in an area with high exposure to the virus, and it could mean quarantine. It is all part of contact tracing, an effort to track and contain confirmed cases. Here in China, it's done on the widely used WeChat and Alipay apps.
To stop the spread of the virus, contact tracing is an essential step, and this is why similar initiatives are being adopted in many places around the world.
Major Chinese tech companies are finding other innovations amid the outbreak. CNN spoke with Xin Chonghua from Alibaba. He does artificial intelligence research. He says more than 160 hospitals in China and others in Japan are using the CT image analytics to help diagnose coronavirus.
The whole approach is nearly 60 times faster than human detection.
Alibaba also turning to genome sequencing, analyzing the virus's DNA to help diagnose the virus. They say they can screen 20 samples simultaneously. The tech giant also involved in tracking future hotspots of the virus. It's all giving the company potential access to so much personal health data, raising privacy concerns.
So we don't store any data, we just analyze it and then pass the result to the hospital where doctor can use it as a reference to assist their own medical judgment.
What about the government, though? Particularly with the QR codes, personal local data, and health information. It might prove effective in containing the spread, but is it the start of China using a pandemic to closely track its citizens and those potentially of other countries should they export this technology? Local governments using the QR have publicly posted they will discontinue them as soon as the outbreak ends.
Who's going to determine, like, for example, when the pandemic actually ends? When is the end point? When should governments or companies actually delete the personal data or the tracing data that they're actually collecting?
For now, many here in China focused on stopping the spread and navigating their new normal. David Culver, CNN, Shanghai.
Shalom, shalom, Makim, it's your brother Parathon back at it with another lesson. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing forth this doctrine amongst the four winds with truth and sincerity. And shalom to the few Akwaf and the Akim that are listening. Hey, man, so, y'all heard this little brief video on China's plan, to push for this global QR code, COVID QR code, which not only will, track the virus from people who have it and who don't, but, there's privacy invasion involved in that. And other governments, you heard, they were they were concerned about this, businesses. And they had said that they would, in a lack of better words, render it useless after the pandemic, So, China actually they have like a social credit system already, I believe, that they had in place since last year, maybe 2 years ago, based off, people's behavior, man. There's no privacy over there. They went smart tech, a while ago. And, it's based on the Communist Party, and, they're able to track down, rebels, certain individuals that's going against the grain, if you will. And, they're trying, spread this shit globally, man. This is just more proof of the prophecy. They pretty much hit. Yeah, I don't even got to read this one. I just wanted to watch that video. I do have another article. COVID-19, China pushes, this is from the 23rd. China pushes for QR code based global travel system. It says, I'll read a little bit. It says, we need to further harmonize policies and standards and establish fast tracks to facilitate the orderly flow of people. He said the codes will be used to help establish a traveler's health status. But human rights advocates warn that the codes could be used for broader political monitoring and exclusion. Inside testing trace, how the world went. Blue screen glitch. Singapore school children must use COVID tracing tech. Yeah, so they got man. You know, they using these kids as guinea pigs, man, which is sad. But you know, this is supposed to come to pass. Let me see. Mr. Z made the comments at the G20 summit, an online meeting of heads of state from the world's 20th largest economies, which was hosted by Saudi Arabia over the weekend. He said the codes could be used to recognize health certificates based on nucleic acid test results, according to a transcript published by Chinese state news agency Xinhua. I'm not sure if I said that right, no matter. Mr. Z didn't go into further detail about how the travel scheme might work or how closely it would be modeled on China's QR code apps, which have been used to help contain the virus on the mainland. We hope more countries will join this mechanism, he added. QR codes are barcodes that can be read by mobile phones. Under the scheme, China has employed since February users that are issued a traffic light style health code, with a green code allowing someone to travel freely, an orange or red code indicating that they may need to quarantine for up to 2 weeks. The codes are based on a combination of big data and information submitted by the users themselves. The technology was developed by financial technology giant Ant Financial and is available through its main app, Alipay, but also on the WeChat, which belongs to Alipay's competitor, Tencent. That's all I'm gonna get into there. I'm gonna jump into some scriptures now. Yeah, man, you know, this is just further, like I said, man, this is further proof of the prophecies coming to pass of the mark of the beast. You know, how they want a one world government. You know, this the Great Reset, man, proposed by the World Economy Forum, you know, the WEF, to rebuild the economy following this pandemic, if you will. You know, that's what they claim they're trying to do with this whole front. Now, let's get into some scripts. Let me jump the second address real quick. Second address 6:18. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make an inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then what I show these tokens, the book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall all see together. You know what I mean? It says the book shall be opened before the firmament. Firmament, what's that? That's the internet, man. The satellites. This word is worldwide. It's global. Why? Through the World Wide Web. You know? The internet, and everybody from all walks of life are all seeing this, man. The truth has been so long without fruit. Now the whole world is seeing this. You know, you can't deny this shit, man. You know, it says, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. Yeah, man, this shit is crumbling. You know, this pandemic took a grip. It got it got this world in a chokehold right now. You know, there's not much options left for E. You know, but to show his teeth and come down with that great wrath. Why? Because he know if he have a short time. You know, I'm gonna hit the famous Revelation 13 before I close out. Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So whether you a nobody or your name hold weight, you know, whether you rich or you poor, you know, free or incarcerated, you're going to receive this mark, man, in the right hand or the forehead, you know. Lord willing, we be those men. We going to resist that. In the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, give us that spirit to say, fuck that shit, man. You know? It's like, man, it's at this point, you know, if you can't see that this is the mark of the beast, man, this RFID microchip, if you can't see that it's the mark of the beast, the Lord either blinded you or you took that bag. You know what I mean? You know, once you sell out, there's nothing left for you to have an exchange for your soul. Matthew 16. Man, bear with me, Akim. Here I go right here. Matthew 16 and 26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Nothing. Once you sell your soul, you're finished. And ultimately, Yahweh Shai ordained that. Everything you do, everything you're told to do from there on out is contrary to one's character. You know, you gonna do the most wickedest shit you haven't even thought of. You know, you're gonna defile yourself before the Lord. I mean, we all nothing but filthy rags, but you know, he know the scriptures, man. He know what to do. It's been, you know, this has been the plan for thousands of years, man. You know, he know what's better than we know ourselves, so to speak. You know, and the way the way the economy is moving, it's gravitating toward, you know, this technology, man. The biometrics, the eye scans, the fingerprints, facial recognition. You know, they're using this pandemic to promote a cashless and touchless society. You know, a universal basic income, a UBI. Uni meaning one and versal meaning to turn. They're going to turn this, you know, they're going to mold everything into one. They want one universal basic income. You know, this is the financial blueprint to the New World Order. To centralize the means to buy and sell for complete control of the masses, man. Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Seminoles, West Indians, and Haitians, man, we almost out of here. You know, stay diligent, you know, stay in the spirit, you know, Lord willing, we those men, we make it through the end, man. And with that, I'm going to say, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai Barakatah. You know, call all Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai Barakatah. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone to teach and rule well. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, man. Keep enduring, Akim. Guam Yasharallah.